Welcome to Numbers Simplified. In this channel, we seek to simplify and solve numerical problems. Today, we'll be looking at the complex quadratic equations, and this is part 7. I encourage you to check out all the other videos prior to this part 7. And remember to subscribe so that you don't miss out on any of our future uploads. All on Numbers Simplified. Now, in solving complex quadratic equations, it is useful to consider the following tips. 1. Convert the equation into a quadratic equation by a suitable substitution where possible. 2. Express the equation in the form y is equal to ax squared plus bx plus c, labeling this equation 1, where of course a, b, c being elements of real numbers. 3. Solve the quadratic equation. Example 1. Find the real value of x that satisfies the equation 32x to the power 10 minus 31x to the power 5 minus 1 is equals to 0. The solution. Consider 32 x to the power 10 minus 31x to the power 5 minus 1 being equal to 32 times x to the power 5 squared minus 31x to the power 5 minus 1 being equal to 0. This comes from the properties of indices, where we have x to the power a all raised up to the power squared. Then it means that we're going to have x to the power 2a. Now let y be equal to x to the power 5. Substituting for y into our equation, we are going to get 32y squared minus 31y minus 1 is equals to 0. Now using the factorization method, the one that I like the most, check the factorization video out so that you benefit from it. We are going to get 32y squared minus 32y plus y minus 1 is equals to 0. Then from there we factor the common factor between the first and the last two terms so that we get 32y times y minus 1 plus y minus 1, since we don't have anything that's a common factor in the last two terms. Now simplifying further, we are going to have 32y plus 1 times y minus 1 is equal to 0, and separating those factors, we're going to get 32y plus 1 is equal to 0, or y minus 1 is equal to 0, so that we get y is equal to minus 1 over 32, or y is equal to 1. And since our y was equal to x to the power 5, then from the laws of indices, we're going to have x to the power 5 is equal to minus 1 over 32, or x to the power 5 being equal to 1. Then that is solved by introducing the fifth root on the right hand side on both x values, so that we have x being the fifth root of minus 1 over 32, giving us a minus a half, or x is equals to 1. Let's take a look at example 2. Solve 3 times root y plus 5 over root y is equals to 16. The solution. We would need to clear the fractions first by multiplying by the denominator throughout. So we are going to have 3 times root y times root y plus 5 over root y times root y is equals to 16 root y. So the root y's on the second term will cancel out, so that we have 3y plus 5 is equals to 16 root y. And of course, taking the 16 root y to the left hand side, we would have it as a negative. Then we move on to substitute for x to be root y. So if we substitute, it means that where we had y, we're going to have x squared, and where we have root y, we just have x. So in so doing, we're going to have a quadratic equation, which is 3x squared minus 16x plus 5 is equals to 0. And using the factorization method, we are going to have 3x squared minus 15x minus x plus 5 is equals to 0. And factoring out the common terms in the first two and the last two terms, we are going to get 3x times x minus 5 minus x minus 5 is equals to 0. And factorizing further, we have 3x minus 1 times x minus 5 is equals to 0. And separating these factors, equating them to 0, we're going to have 3x minus 1 is equals to 0, or x minus 5 is equals to 0. And solving for x for both terms, we are going to have x is equals to 1 over 3, or x is equals to 5. And recall, our x was equal to the square root of y. And substituting back, because we need to solve in terms of y, we are going to have root y is equals to 1 over 3, or root y is equals to 5. And squaring both sides, because that's how we clear the square root on the left hand side, we're going to get y is equals to 1 over 3 squared, or y is equals to 5 squared. In so doing, we are going to have y is equals to 1 over 9, or y is equals to 25. Example 3. The graph shows y is equals to a times 2 to the power 2x plus b times 2 to the power x plus c. The graph crosses the axis at the points 2, 0, 4, 0, and 0, 90. Find a, b, and c. So we have the graph as given there, the solution. So we start by substituting the points in y. So at the first point 2, 0, we are going to get a y value. So in this case, where we were meant to have a y, we substitute for x in the x terms, so that we get 0 is equal to 16a plus 4b plus c. And let's label this equation 1 for ease of reference. At the second point, 4, 0, substituting this into the y equation, we are going to get 0 is equals to 256a plus 16b plus c. And let's label this equation 2. At the last point, 0, 90, we are going to have this and simplified. We have 90 is equals to a plus b plus c. And let's label this equation 3. We've got 3 equations as highlighted on the left hand side. So from equation 1 and 2, c is equal to minus 16a minus 4b, and c is equals to that. So equating c to c, we are going to get that, and solving for a and b, not solving but rather grouping the like terms, we would have 240a plus 12b is equals to 0. Now let's label this equation 4. And also equation 2 and 3 would be given in this particular manner. And of course, rearranging, we are going to get minus 6 is equal to 17a plus b as equation 5. Now equation 5 minus equation 4, we are going to get minus 6 is equals to minus 3a, meaning that a is equals to 2. Then we substitute for the a into equation 4, so that we get 20 times 2 plus b is equals to 0, implying that our b is minus 40. From equation 1, we have c given to that. And then substituting for the a and the b values, we are going to get a c of 128. Therefore, our answers are a is equals to 2, b is equals to minus 40, and c is equals to 128. If you've made it thus far in the video, I say congratulations to you, and I leave you with the following task. Find the real value of x that satisfies the equation 8 over x to the power 6 plus 7 over x cubed is equals to 1. Remember, in this channel, your experience in the sessions, your preferred numerical future topics, or questions, concerns, and suggestions are always welcome here. Make sure you write any of these in the comments section. Remember to subscribe so that you don't miss out on any of our future uploads on the quadratics series or any other topic. Thanks for watching Numbers Simplified. God loves you.